Okay, so we've arrived. Wasn't very optimistic on the way because we had an awful lot of mist and fog covering the peninsula, but thankfully over the land that's cleared now and we're just left with the sea mist. And what the sea mist is doing is offering a nice bit of diffusion for the sun, so we've actually got some really nice light. Don't have long, but yeah, if we can find some deer it could be a good day. Oh, yeah, it's exciting. Let's get cracking. Yeah, so I don't have too long, so I'm not going to pigeonhole myself and concentrate just on the deer. I've got a few ideas of where they'll be hanging out now in this sort of weather and this time of the evening, or afternoon. So I'm going to head that way now. It's only a short walk. But if any opportunities for birds, other mammals come up along the way, then, you know, it's wildlife photography. You've got to take the action when you can. So, yeah. Literally just after I said to you guys I wouldn't dismiss any other species, there's a lovely Song Thrush, I believe, worming on the floor right in front of me, so I managed to get down low and get a couple of pictures before a sheep nearly stood on it and scared it off. But yeah, hopefully some of those pictures have come out quite nice. Okay, I've just heard a deer just making some short, quiet noises in the coppice behind me. Can't see it, so I'm just walking away. I'm just wondering whether it just caught a glimpse of me and was just giving a little warning sound. So I'm just heading away from it. Sorry about the wind if you can hear that, it's very windy today. See. Anyway, there's no sign of the deer out in the open here at the moment, so I think I'm gonna... I don't want to disturb any that are in the coppice already, they'll be settled, so I'm going to just wander down over the back here. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's Goldcrest. I know I said I was coming for deer, but when these opportunities present themselves to you, you've got no choice but to take them. So I've just been stood here for about 10 minutes, maybe 15, watching the Goldcrest and these conifers. And there's at least 4 or 5 of them about. I think I've managed to get some nice photos, so I'm pleased with that. Had one buzz right past my ear, which was made me jump because I had my eye to the camera at the time. You can hear them all. I absolutely love them. I had a firecrest in my garden this morning, which was nice. I didn't take any photos, I didn't have my camera with me, I was just topping up the bird feeders at the time. But yeah, I'm going to hang on here for a little bit, see if we can get a little bit more footage, and then head back towards the coppice and see if the deer are there. I have a feeling this is going to be more of a bird orientated video now though, but who cares, I'm out, it's a beautiful day, and there's wildlife in front of my camera. I couldn't ask for anything more. Excuse my backwards cap, I'm not trying to be cool. I know there's no hope in that, but I've got my microphone on top of my camera, and it's much easier just to leave the hat on this way for now. Oh, well, that was an amazing sort of half an hour just spent with those Goldcrests then. I'm sorry I didn't get much footage because I was too busy taking photos, but those bits I did get, I'll pop them up now for you to see. Oh. Yeah, magical. I absolutely love Goldcrest, and it just amazes me these great distance that these birds will travel. I mean, they often seen perched on oil rigs or fishermen's boats out at sea where they're just getting a bit of a rest. And you need to remember they're like, well, probably smaller than my thumb, and they weigh about 5 grams. It's just phenomenal. Okay, so I've seen a deer. It was a doe with what looked like one of this year's young. Absolutely gorgeous. Unfortunately, the only reason I saw them is because something had spooked them out of the woods ahead of me. So there may be more, but I'm going to give them a wide berth because they are going to be settling down quite a bit. But hey, we've seen some. I've got a tiny little bit of video footage. I'll pop that up now for you to have a look at. And I'm just going to take a wide berth and keep an eye out in this area, because this is well known along this spot for jays, green woodpecker, thrush. I've just seen a green woodpecker. I think I'm just going to go and get under that tree and sit with my back against it and just watch and observe for a minute. Okay, so it was a green woodpecker. There was 2 of them. They're in the tree about 50 yards away from me at the moment, too far away to photograph. I'm just going to sit with my back against this tree and see if they come back down. I can hear redwing as well, so if they all come down and feeding a bit, that would be nice. But yeah, I'm just going to sit here quiet now. Haven't got long left. Coming up to 3 o'clock. Yeah, fingers crossed. The green woodpecker are just in this tree here. Well, the good thing is I have seen several green woodpecker, and they are in the areas that I remember seeing them before, so I will definitely be coming back. I mean, you have 2 options for wildlife really. Opportunities either present themselves here in front of you and you take advantage, or you have to make them happen. And making that happen often results in better photos, but it's a lot more man hours, so I will get on that fairly soon. So I finally found some deer. They're not in a position that I can get good photos, so I'm just going to take a few snaps and then leave them be, because they're settling down. But I was hoping to get them out in the open before they got into the coppice, but they're in the coppice now. So 2 stags amongst them. Interestingly, both of them have only got 1 antler. So yeah, I mean, I'm actually not sure when they shed them, whether that's about now. That's something I'm going to have to look up when I get back. That's me done for the day. It's way too dark to take photos now. I've just been sat with the deer for about 20 minutes, half hour, just watching them. And yeah, there's lots of young in there, a couple of stags, plenty of doe, so I'll come back another day. Hello and good morning. It's day 2 of this video. I had such a good time yesterday and saw some species I'm really keen to photograph that I thought I'd head back again this morning. Got a bit more time today. Wife's home today, so she's taking care of the dogs for me. And yeah, I can just concentrate on getting some pictures hopefully. It's also the first time in a long time I remember to put my contact lenses in, which just makes using the camera and the binoculars so much easier. But we've got about half an hour drive before I get there, so I'll catch up with you again when I'm there. How about now? Am I cool yet? So I spent many years in Mount Edgcumbe as a kid. Growing up, a good friend of mine called Eric, he was an older gentleman, but he used to look after the wildlife in the park, feed them, monitor them, report them as necessary if they needed medical assistance. And yeah, when I met him he was 66 years old and he would walk miles and carry back like a 70-kilo bag of feed and meat and bones and everything you can imagine for the wildlife. He would do that nearly daily, all out of his own money, and it was a real experience being in his house coming up to dusk and seeing the wildlife come down. I mean, there'd be deer, badgers, foxes, tawny owls, barn owls, every songbird and corvid you could imagine. And yeah, that was my first proper introduction to wildlife, and ever since the first time I went down there with my parents, I just wanted a wildlife lens. I wanted a big camera, big lens, and I wanted to be out there. Unfortunately, it was many years later before I could afford one, but you know, better late than never. I'm here now and loving every minute of it. What a beautiful morning. I'm just going to make my way along and see what we can pick out amongst the sheep and the corvids, and hopefully find some green woodpeckers, maybe some redwing, fieldfare. You know, I'm keen for whatever today. I'm not gonna pigeonhole myself into just birds or just deer. I'm just gonna see what presents itself and take full advantage. So yeah, let's get on. So I'm just sat in one of the spots where I saw the majority of the green woodpecker and the jays yesterday. I've only been sat here a few minutes and I've already seen 2 jays. And what I think is potentially a thrush. Yeah, and there's another jay just come back, so I think I've just seen a green woodpecker fly up into the group of trees next to me. So my plan is just to sit out here for a while, keep quiet, keep still, and see if they make their way up this way. It does seem to be one of their favourite spots. I think, given that most of these trees are pines, they've got all year round cover in them, whereas a lot of the other small groups of trees are broadleaf, and obviously being January, they don't have any leaves left on them. So yeah, I think I'm just going to hang around here. I think I just heard a green woodpecker. Excellent. Well, I'll keep you updated. Okay, so just walking through this woodland here, and just spotted a female bullfinch. I managed to get a couple of quick photos, but just as I went to lower my shutter speed to try and reduce the ISO, it flew off. So I've been hanging around for a little bit, but I've not seen it since. So I think it must have clocked me and gone. So I've seen plenty of woodpeckers today, both greater spotted woodpeckers and green woodpecker. Unfortunately, no one's wanted to play ball, and yeah, just not been able to get close enough. So it's about midday, time for a coffee and a snack, I think. So I'm going to head down to the Farriers. It's cafe in the park here, in the old stables. Cracking food, it really is good, and the coffee's lovely too. So if you're ever in the park, make sure you pop in for a visit. So talk about timing, a friend of mine who actually runs the Farriers, he's working today, so he's there, and another good friend of mine's there having a coffee at the moment. So yeah, it'd be nice to catch up. I don't get to see him all that often, and once I've recharged we can get back out there. Got a belly full of food, lovely cup of coffee. Just visited the little spot that I saw the Goldcrest yesterday, and they're not there in the same numbers as they were yesterday, but I got a couple of shots, so time to move on and see if we can find some jays or green woodpecker. It'd be really nice if I can, but they are very flighty, and there's a lot of people about today, being a dry day in the weekend, so we'll do what we can and keep everything crossed. So about 45 minutes of light left, and the deer are just here, quite nicely backlit at the minute, so I'm not going to talk for long. Try and get a few pictures quickly, and then probably call it a day. Head back home for a nice cup of tea. Well, I've not got a lot of light left now, so It's like I say, it's been a tough day, but it's good to be out. I'm just going to hunker down back here for a little bit, see if we can see a jay or green woodpecker just to save the day. If not, we can always come back again. It's a short walk back to the car and then home for a nice cup of tea. Okay, light's pretty much gone now, but we did it. I managed to get some photos of a jay, so I'm very pleased with that. There's a lot of goldfinch flying above my head at the moment. Yeah, no green woodpecker, but I don't care right now. I managed to get a reasonable photo of a jay. In the last hour I had quite a nice moment with the deer, yeah, I was just stood still under a pine over there and a sparrowhawk landed just above my head, so that was also nice to see. I've seen plenty today, maybe not got the best photos in the world, but who cares? It's been lovely, absolutely lovely. I can't wait to do it all over again. I'm really keen to get some photos of dippers soon, so watch this space. There'll hopefully be a video coming soon on that. And yeah, lots more planned, but you'll have to wait and see for that. Anyway, if you've made it this far into the video, huge thank you, it means a lot. And yeah, hopefully this will be the first of many. And fingers crossed, I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.